Welcome, ladies. Oh, snaps! We have the chocolate-covered cosplayers in the house. They're gonna go ahead and perform. No, I'm just kidding. Please take a seat. You're just in time because the next comic is a mix. Gentleman here is founder, presidente, and CEO of RagingNerds.net. Also a good friend of mine. Please make some noise for Mr. Justin. Garcia. Raise up the sound, man.
I'm feeling glad I got sunshine. I like to thank Danny for giving the United Nations a performance. You know, you got really angry Chris Rock starting it off, who said nigga more times than he probably changes his underwear. You got freaking George Lopez over here. It'd be great if I didn't call you Carlos Mencia. You got angry Jackie Chan with a gym coach who probably says, boy, you got a purty mouth. I feel like we covered all. Oh wait, we had Peter Griffin in the back too, with my drunken Irish dad. It's really nice to be here. I've only done this like twice, but I gotta thank Danny for bringing me up here. I'm just here to talk about bullshit that's gone on in my life. And the biggest bullshit that I have to deal with is, you know, not family, not work, because I'm part black, so I can't really hold the job full way. But it's fanboys. Now, I know you all have friends who are like a little bit obsessed with a few things in life. Like this guy obsessed with saying the word nigga. This guy obsessed with being so amazed by something that he nearly pisses his pants at every word. This guy obsessed with blowjobs. And Asian women. Goes here. Anyway, the insane fanboy who calls you up at 3 in the morning just to tell you if you read the latest One Piece chapter. You know the type. In fact, he's right back there. The one thing I feel like I can't stand being around these people because, you know, they'll just come up to you, pop out of the ground like digging a leash. Hey, you know, I'm gonna give you a 21 quiz question on shit you already know and love. I don't give a fuck what your answers are. I feel like I can't be a fan around these guys. Maybe I'm not a fan of One Piece because I don't know Luffy's hat size or how far he can fucking stretch his dick.
200 Gomu.
How much did you say?
200 Gomu.
Nerd! Get the fuck out of here with that shit. It's probably in the manga, isn't it? Oh, it's in the manga. I don't fucking read manga. No, I don't fucking read manga. I grew up in South Central. It's hard finding books in the ghetto, okay? There is no such thing as a bookstore in South Central. There's no manga. And second off, the Japanese fucked with black people. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna write manga books backwards. Niggas already don't know how to read. So when they open the book and see the end, they think that's it. That was the fastest One Piece chapter I ever read. I gotta read another one again for the rest of my life. Yes, I wrote my jokes on my phone because I didn't prepare. The one thing I really like doing, anybody of my friends who know me, I'm a really big gamer. You know, I love playing fighting games like Tekken and all that shit. But you can't always let every aspect of your life seep into something else. With me, it's porn. I can't let my porn life seep into my gaming life. Because, you know, I'm with my girl and I'm like, you know, I'm just like looking at her, legs are spread, and the first thing that pops out of my mind is quarter circle thrust. Sorry. That was my Hadouken. Oh, man. I wonder how Shoryuken looks. Anybody ever watch Power Rangers?
Yeah!
I was watching the, anybody remember the movie? The one movie with that porn star guy? Remember his name was Ivan Ooze? He looked like anybody who's named Ivan Ooze. He was fucking going around selling purple lubricant to parents. What the fuck did you think he was? They bought it because they thought it was the new brand of KY Intense Jelly. I mean, I thought he'd have like a sister, and it's like, you know, Ivan Ooze and Ivana Spankoff in backdoor to Russia, Talladega Nights. The one thing I fucking loved about that movie, especially like, you know, after the whole weird gender thing where they had the black guys, the Black Ranger, and the Asian Rangers, the Yellow Ranger, and they switched it off and now the black girl's the Yellow Ranger. At that one scene at the end where they're all like morphed out and, you know, they're fighting in space and they're like, what do we do? Our power's running out. She smashes a button and says, desperate times cause for desperate measures, and kicks the dude in the groin. So I'm thinking, They had to plan that shit. Zordon had to come down from space and say, when the Megazord fuses together, Alpha, make one button, a red button behind some glass. And when these teenagers feel they're in trouble, they'll kick the guy in the dick. I guess it's the woman's way of solving all problems. Hey, kick him in the nuts. It's genius. One thing I love it now, I know cosplayers are in town, like in the show. I didn't think y'all were coming, but I feel offended now for saying this. I was going to talk about cosplayers, specifically overweight cosplayers that kind of scare me. Matthew. I love Matthew.
Just because I got a penis, that don't mean nothing.
You're right, it don't mean nothing. Anyway, the one thing I hate, like when I go to these conventions, and you guys have all seen, you ever gone to AX or something, you see the 300-pound white girl dressed up as Mai Shiranui, and she's got like 6 pairs of ass cheeks hanging out. And there's nothing sexy about that. I can't look at that. I feel like the waves from the ocean are coming back at me. And I mean, I can't just look at it and be like, now to just wait for the sun to set. Let us look at the overweight walrus in her natural habitat. Grills, we will use this to survive. Anybody play RPGs?
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right, what?
I said yes.
Okay. Anyway, I was playing Final Fantasy the other day, and the one thing I also love about the Japanese is I love their portrayal of black people. You know, it seems so accurate. All right, you already know I'm one of them. My name is Zaz. Anyway, but you know, when you think of every black person in a Final Fantasy game, you know, the 2 that exist, only 2, they're all loud, carry guns, are aggressive, and one of them has a piece of chicken in his hair. Now, what nigga can say no to Kentucky Fried Chocobo? The one thing I love now in anime is that they're starting to get Mexicans involved too. John, I'm talking to you. The one thing I love is like, if you guys notice Bleach, you know, I mean, they already targeted to a Mexican audience. You know, Consuela's already cleaning with that shit, so they figured these kids will love it. No, but you see Chad, like the straight up Mexican dude, and he's from Mexico, and you're just like, oh my god, anime's starting to like, you know, change and evolve. I'm waiting for fucking Chad's real family to show up, not his fucking grandpa from Mexico. I'm talking about his cousin from East Los, you know, the one who's like, hey, what's happening, Holmes? My name is Pedro Kurosaki. Yo, I'm like Chad's like cousin on his mother's side, but I'm kind of removed twice because I went to jail. You know how it works. The one thing I like now is you notice they're starting to take like American cartoons and stuff and put them in anime, like, you know, X-Men. I always wondered, like, how the fuck does Wolverine sound in Japanese, like in the Japanese dub, where it's like he sliced the motherfucker up and he's like, arigatou gozaimasu. Or do they like really get patriotic? Do the Japanese get pissed off and start shit talking Captain America when he comes onto the film? It's like, oh, America, bullshit. I see the green light. One thing I love about like my family is that they used to watch anime with me as a kid. So like my favorite anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. And they would always sit there and watch. My grandma would be like, boy, what you watching there on the TV, boy? And I'm like, oh, Grandma, you really want to know? Like, explain it to me, boy. So I'm like, all right, Grandma. It's about this guy who dies, but then he doesn't really die, and he comes back to life, and he works for God. But God looks like a really shitty carnival prize. And, you know, he's got 3 friends. One of them who's got, like, Bulbasaur grass powers. Another guy who's got, like, 1,000 eyes, so punching him probably really hurts. And another dude with red hair and a sword who kind of sounds like this. He's a little ugly in the face. And then they just look at me like, oh, Lord, that poor child done died and then come back to life. The one thing I always wanted to see in real life, like with anime, I always wanted to have like, you know, anime characters come up into my subconscious. Like, you know, if I'm doing something really fucked up, they'll come to me and like give me wise words of wisdom. Like when I'm at a club and you see that girl that looked really ugly before you drank that bottle of Jaeger, you see Domokashi come up on the side and be like, come out! Common sense! You wake up the next day in bed with her and it's like, oh my god, was I really there? And Naruto comes up and it's like, believe it, bro. And then when you go to the doctor to get your test results and the guy comes out and he's like, you caught them all. Peace out.
did catch them all. Yes, indeed, he did, sirree. Caught them all, man. Speaking of catching them all, guys, there's Rice Krispie treats, man. Y'all gotta
Hell yeah.
eat them. Eat them all. You'll soon be plump and juicy. You will be ready for Thanksgiving.
Preparation time.
When this show is over, I'm gonna see these guys on the 110 freeway. $2. ¿Quieres naranja? Hasta allá. CD holders, hasta allá. Right next to the hot dogs wrapped in bacon. The best ingredient in that is hunger. Oh man.